My mom gave my childhood dog away while I was at college and didn't tell me for 3 months. I came home for winter break excited to see Max, my golden retriever I'd had since I was 8. The entire 4-hour drive I kept thinking about how he'd lose his mind when I walked through the door. That's what he always did, sprint across the house and nearly knock me over. But when I opened the front door and called his name, nothing. The house was silent. I called again, louder this time, walking through every room. No Max, no jingling collar, no paws clicking on the hardwood. Mom was in the kitchen pretending to be busy with dishes. I asked where Max was and she froze. She wouldn't turn around, wouldn't look at me. That's when I knew something was seriously wrong. She finally turned around and said we needed to talk. My stomach dropped. I asked if he was dead. She shook her head and said no, but he's not here anymore. I didn't understand what that meant. Where else would he be? That's when she admitted she'd given him away 3 months ago to some family she found on Facebook. She said he was too much work now that I was gone, too expensive, too needy. She made it sound like he was some burden she'd been stuck with. I completely lost it. I started yelling, asking how she could do that without even telling me. That dog slept in my bed every single night for 10 years. He was my dog. I raised him. I trained him. I paid for his food with money from my part-time job in high school. She just stood there with her arms crossed, saying I was being dramatic, that I was away at college and couldn't take care of him anyway, that he was happier with a family who was actually home. I demanded to know who had him. I needed their address, their phone number, something. She refused. Said they were a nice family with kids and Max was happy now, that I needed to let it go and move on. I called her every name I could think of, told her she was dead to me. Then I grabbed my bag, got back in my car, and drove the 4 hours back to campus that same night. I couldn't even look at her. The next 2 weeks were hell. I skipped classes, barely slept. I called every single animal shelter and rescue within a 50-mile radius of my hometown, asking if they'd seen a golden retriever matching Max's description. I posted on every local Facebook group I could find, put up flyers, offered a reward. My roommate Jake stayed up with me every night scrolling through adoption websites and lost pet pages. He'd never even met Max, but he could see how destroyed I was. Then one night at 2 a.m., I got a message on Facebook from someone named Lisa. She said she recognized Max from my post. She'd seen him at a park near her house with a family. She gave me their address. I didn't even wait until morning. I got in my car and drove straight there. It was a small house with toys scattered across the front yard. I sat in my car for 10 minutes trying to figure out what to say. Finally, I walked up and knocked. A little girl, maybe 6 years old, opened the door. She was holding Max's leash, and then I saw him, standing right behind her in the hallway. Before I could say anything, Max went absolutely insane. He bolted past the little girl, nearly knocking her over, and jumped on me. He was crying, whimpering, licking my face, shaking uncontrollably. I dropped to my knees and hugged him while he kept making these sounds I'd never heard before. The parents came to the door completely confused. I was crying too hard to explain at first. Finally, I managed to tell them everything. I pulled out my phone and showed them hundreds of photos of me and Max from childhood, birthday parties, Halloween costumes, him sleeping in my bed. Their faces changed immediately. The dad looked furious. He said my mom told them I'd moved abroad for work and couldn't keep him, that I'd asked her to rehome him. Complete lies. The mom was almost in tears. She said if they'd known the truth, they never would have taken him. Their daughter was crying now too because she'd gotten attached, but they both agreed this wasn't right. The dad went inside and came back with Max's papers, his favorite toy, and the bed my mom had sent with him. He handed me the leash and said no dog should be separated from their person like that. That was 8 months ago. Max sleeps next to my bed every single night. And my mother? I blocked her on everything. She tried calling from different numbers, but I never answered. She sent letters to my dorm that I threw away without opening. Last month, she showed up at my campus unannounced. Campus security had to escort her off the property after I told them I didn't want to see her. She was screaming about how I was ungrateful and cruel.